Okay, CAT 2018 results are just out. I hope it's going to have a very quick chat about what can happen, what you should think about, what are the things to keep in mind. And to those of you who have not checked the results, please directly go and check them right now. It's important to know what the results are. Results date is usually hectic. It's complicated. It is tough. So I'm going to just share some broad thoughts. And so, best wishes to all of you who have not checked results. Best wishes to those who have checked and you found your numbers and you know kind of you're thinking about where you're headed. If you've got a decentish score, then jump right ahead and then start preparing for your personal interviews. It is very vital to prepare from now, not say 3 weeks from now or 4 weeks from now. Stay abreast with current affairs, with your HR questions, with your subject knowledge questions, all of those. Right. So we're going to have a separate session on how to prepare for personal interviews and the rest of it. Already getting questions here. I'll try to answer as many as possible. How much did I score? I scored 99.77. And so I'll share the scorecard and the rest of it. I'm pretty peeved. So we'll live with that. I will have that aside. Let's focus on what to do once the results are out. Okay. Those of you who got good scores but not great scores, suppose you wanted say 99.4 but you ended up with a 97.5, or you were looking for 96 but you ended up with a 92, 91. Definitely do apply. The preparation outline, the experience of going through interviews is fabulous. It's widely useful. Right? Don't underestimate that. So if you're percentile, you are aiming for a certain percentile, you're saying, look, I need to get into the top 15. But a percentile is not taking you there. It can take you only to the 24th to 25th rank college. Apply to a bunch of colleges from 22 to 30 or 30 to 35. Go through the entire interviewing process because it's massively useful. And so you don't want to come around this time next year with a kick-ass percentile, but you're very raw for the interview process. So please make sure that you can take as much interview practice as your score will fit you. And so that's very important. So whatever percentile you have, if that kind of matches internally to a college rank X, apply to 4 or 5 way above X, apply to 4 or 5 below X. Make sure you get sufficient interviewing practice even if you do not intend to join. Right? The next set of questions, suppose I get into IMW, but I don't get into A, B, C, D, E, F, should I join? Hypotheticals of no use. If you're applying to IMW and they've called you for an interview, go prepare. Throw everything into the interview, nail the interview. Then give one of us a call and say, look, I have an IMW admit in my hand. Now do I take it? If you don't have that admit in your hand, you're wasting the 1 hour you could be using to prepare in pontificating, which is pointless. Right? So prepare and have a good go. For what percentage you can get a good shot for IMABC and decent ACAD, so it's 99.67 plus, 99.6 plus, 99.7 plus, depending on the year and what your ACADs are. L was also in the same range. INK have an ACAD bias to them. So if you're if you have good ACADs, it's a much different percentile. To check it out. There are specific websites for that. Or in comments, drop in your scores. We'll try to answer as many queries as possible. Straight away, I'll give you the caveat that we're going to answer based on experience and kind of gut feel or intuition that we have. It's not cast in stone. So keep that in mind. Next in round 98 plus decent profile, then you have a shot at MDI, SP Chain, IIT Bombay, Delhi, those colleges. 95 upwards, you might have a shot at IIT Bombay, Delhi, and all the newer IIMs, not the baby IIMs, but the new IIMs. So your Trichy, Ranchi, Udaipur, Kashipur, that much. With 90, you have a shot at baby IIMs. You can almost all the IITs open up. You have IIT leaving out Bombay, Delhi, maybe KGP, IIT Madras, Roorkee, all of them will have a shot with 90. With 87, 86, 88, you might have a shot at a few of the newer IITs or the smaller IITs. XIM Bhubaneswar will open up at 95, 96. MDI Gurgaon will be at 98, 99. So please send us your scores or put them in comments. We'll give you an idea based on the experience that we have. Again, not cast in stone, but we can give you a broad overview. For NCOBC, everything opens up at the top, at the IMABC level at 1 percentile lesser. At 95, 96 level, at 3 percentile lesser. At the 90th percentile level, it's 7, 8 percentile lesser. So broad outlines, this information is available out there. So do your research or send us your specific number, put them in the comments. We'll try to answer as many of those as possible. Don't put it in the chat, put it in the comments. So the chat will disappear. So stick it in the comments so that we can engage with it and give you more specific answers. Right? So coming to the most important part of what I want to discuss, that this day brings with it usually 2 units of joy and 19 units of disappointment. And so for every student I found who's thrilled with the score, there are at least 8 or 9 who feel beaten up. And so this is not an indicator of anything apart from how well you can do in a 3-hour exam, which tests some maths and English. And this is not an indication of what you can do in your life. It's got nothing on what you can achieve. So if it goes well, pat yourself on the back, feel thrilled about it, prepare for the next phase. If it doesn't go well, check it all out. This too shall pass. This moment will pass. You might feel extremely beat up right now. It's not worth it. I've seen so many students go through a funk for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. But then usually in 3 months time, 4 months time, it's just faded from memory and you're looking onwards and upwards to 100 other things. And so you can focus on your GMAT, you can decide to take the CAT again, you can you could perhaps crack one of the other exams. And so on that, those of you who are giving XAT, give yourself another 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, digest this CAT score, throw it in the bin, then go and give XAT a full-fledged crack. About 7 or 8 fabulous colleges for which you can get admitted through XAT and through CAT. But if CAT is not opening that door, maybe XAT will. And so don't sit and overanalyze this. Don't think of this as a number one reflection of what you're capable of. There will be a million things that you're good at. And this is one way of testing a narrow set of things. You might have got kick-ass mock scores, but your actual score might be disappointing. It happens, stuff happens. So put it into the box which says stuff happens, it's no point or explanation. Forget about this. In terms of how exactly you should prepare for personal interviews and WAT, we'll have a separate session on that. We will have a session on how to prepare for PI and VAT. We'll have videos on each of those aspects and an overall preparation plan as well in the next 4 or 5 days, not 3 weeks from now. And so we will have a separate session for that. Those of you are having the XAT should probably even just snap out of this video like this moment and then say, look, okay, I heard enough. I know my score. I know what I should do. And then go back to preparing for XAT. For XAT, focus on business decision making. That's the elephant in the room. And so once again, I've seen quite a few of you writing down your scores and specific questions on comments on the chat box. Do not put in the chat box. Put it in the comments. Chat box might stay, might not stay. We don't understand this part of YouTube really well. If it is in comments, we'll definitely reply. We'll also know what you're replying for. The thread is beautiful. Don't put specific queries on chat. Please put specific queries only in comments. And so the very serious thing, it will not get read and responded to if it is sticking in chat. Put them in comments. Right? If you've got anything below 60th percentile, then this score is not going to take you anywhere. Below 60th percentile, the colleges that will give you admits are the ones that will give you admits for anything. And so I'm sorry to be saying this is a very harsh truth, but I would rather you know this rather than not know this. The college is saying you've got 58 percentile, fantastic, come in. And that the college that's saying anybody can come in. Some of those colleges are good, but you're not evaluating. You should evaluate under the assumption that they have practically no admission criteria. And so if you've got a 57 percentile or a 54th percentile and you're being called for interviews for colleges, do your research. The college could still be good, but it is not a top 50 college. So keep that in mind. The takeaway for next year, quite a few of you might be thinking, look, what do we do? Do I prepare again? Digest this information. Break it into 2 parts. If you can give yourself a chance of any interviews, attend those. If you prepare for CAT even reasonably this year, then you don't need 18 months to prepare for it for CAT 2019. You need 9 months tops. So you can give yourself another 5 weeks, 6 weeks going through the current affairs and the interview preparation drill. attend a few mock interviews, attend a few actual interviews, go through the whole process, do your research, think about the colleges, visit the campuses, all of that. And then start preparing again for CAT in the middle of February. You will still have time to burn and get a kick-ass CAT 2019 score. So if you have a shot at anything in CAT 2018, give it a go. Don't jump to CAT 2019 preparation. No need, you will have time. Right? You don't need to take that decision right now. If you have a chance at a bunch of colleges based on CAT 2018, get them. Don't spend time wondering, if I get admitted to college rank 23, do I take it or do I wait for next year? Get admitted to get college rank 23 or 33 or 38. It doesn't matter. An admit in hand is worth 1,000 imaginary numbers. And so don't underestimate that. This interview preparation, if done seriously well, is bhayankar useful for what could happen a year from now. So don't sit and pontificate and not take the interview process seriously. Throw everything into it. I'm going to scroll across and see some questions. If you've got 98 plus, then you're definitely in the mix for a bunch of good colleges. You might have it set in your mind that you're going to IIM ABC and nothing else, but it doesn't matter. Get the admit. If MDA Gurgaon or SPJ in Mumbai says, hey, we'd love to have you on board, that is fabulous. And then you can always say, look, I'm going to give ABC a shot next year. That's all right. At any point, you want to get into IIT Bombay, but your score is not going to take you there, but you get an admit with IIT Madras and IIT Roorkee, brilliant. Get that admit, see that. And then you take a decision based on that later on. A bunch of questions on, some people are saying there are no comment sections, a live video. So once the live video is closed out, then we'll have comment section. We're probably going to have another only 2-3 minutes. I'm just going to see if there are some relevant questions here. Please post your specific questions in comments after the session is over. The comment thing doesn't open when the session is on. And only when the session is on, it's only chat. But don't post on chat, post on comments. I'm going to wrap this up now. Those of you who've done well and got good scores, congratulations. No, it's half the battle done. But don't rest on your laurels. Go and attack this personal interview animal like your life depends on it. Those of you who've got middling scores, apply up, apply down, get interviewing practice, mock practice, actual practice, real practice, go and get the damn thing done. Those of you who are confused, who say like, with my score, I might get this college, but do I really want to go there? Forget about that, do I really want to go there part? Get that admit. So those of you thinking about CAT 2019, but have something on play for 2018, nail 2018 to the last step, then shift to 2019, you still have time. For the large majority of the big sea of people who are likely to be disappointed with this, pick yourself up, give yourself a day, check this all out to the system, have another plan, either CAT again or GMAT or neither. You want to be an entrepreneur, you don't need CAT admission. But very frequently, an MBA admit into one of the top IIMs is the biggest stumbling block for entrepreneurship. And so it's not a 2-year degree, it's a 2-year degree and a 25 lakh debt. The deal breaker for entrepreneurship is that mill around your back. Got to pay that off before you start doing something else. Right? So if you're saying, I want to set up a business, I want to do this, I want to be the doyen in this industry, go and do that, join that industry, be a doyen. You want to be an entrepreneur, jump in, muck around, have some fun. So the MBA is not a deal breaker for any of these things. Right? So those of you who got slightly EP scores, big deal. Right? This is not the one thing or the only thing that determines you. So it doesn't matter. And so we usually spend more time having conversations with people who are peeved, who have not met their own internal expectations. So if you're in that bunch and you don't want to post your score in the comments, please do send us an email or a WhatsApp. We usually respond, not promptly, of course, because we get a deluge of emails now, but we will respond. We will try our best to reach out to people. So if you're not happy, do ping us. We don't have any magic bullet, but we will listen to what you've got to say, hear that, and send you a reply. And don't worry about this any more than you should. Best wishes, have fun, and I hope you have a fabulous 2019 and achieve your MBA aspirations one way or the other. Just kidding. See you. I'm going to sign off now. as soon as I can locate this window.